Hi, this is Jean Johansson with the Writers Guild of Virginia. I'm doing an instructional video today that's sponsored by the Writers Guild of Virginia. I'm using an iPad and a copy of GoodNotes, which is a free application on an Apple iPad that you will need to download in order to use the options I am going to demonstrate. It is now available for Windows, Android, and web. In the past, it was only available for Apple products, but they have expanded, and I'm glad to report that it is available for any other type of equipment that you're using. So let's get started. If you don't have an iPad or you don't want to use GoodNotes, you can always download and print Cindy Freeman's book, After Rain, Weekly Devotions for Comfort and Peace. You can write in the journaling pages and keep the copy in a notebook. As I said, GoodNotes has released a Windows-based system, and I will send the link to all of you after I'm through with my presentation. But today we're going to use the power of GoodNotes on the iPad. GoodNotes has been around for a while and is used in many classrooms at all levels of the education system. It utilizes touchscreen technology to allow you to write, store, download, and even send a document to another user. The first step is to find the app store on your computer. Click and find the GoodNotes application, then download it onto your system. Open the GoodNotes application and go to the image on the screen with a plus sign and download your copy of Cindy's book. When you go to the screen, to the image on the screen with a plus sign and click on the screen in the middle of the box, you will be allowed, a drop-down menu will come up, and you will be allowed to import a document. And so we're going to import, in this case, Cindy's book, and wherever you kept it on your computer. So I'm going to open it, and we now have the document on our screen. There are 11 icons on the bar above the cover, and beginning with the magnifier and ending with a laser light. Above the line with the icons, which we'll get to shortly, is a box consisting of 4 squares. I'm going to press on that box, and this is the thumbnail option. It allows you to see every page in the document. So let's choose page 4 by touching that page, and that page appears on the screen. Now we have a full-size version of 1 page of Cindy's lovely book. Too small? Well, we can fix that. Touch the magnifying icon, and you will see that there is a magnified line below the page of the document. When I move the blue square around, or rectangle around, it changes the focus to where I want it to go. This text appears as magnified sentences. So when you move the blue box to a sentence on the page, like I'm going to do right now, you can see that the magnified text on the bottom changes. You can scroll up or down in the magnifying window to read a section of the text, and to turn off magnification, we're going to touch the magnifier again. Now, let's look at the pen option. Touch the pen icon. You can adjust the pen by sliding the tip sharpness and sensitivity. You can also select fountain, ball, or brush pen. Touch the pen icon again to close the window. There are 3 ways to place text into the document: pen, which is manual writing, type, or voice activated. So let's start with the pen. I can set the stroke thickness over here on the right, the ink color, and you'll notice as I change these, the color of the pen changes also to represent whatever color I'm writing in. So I'm going to choose the red pen in this case, and I'm going to make some notes on this page. So I'm going to start writing new day. I don't like what I wrote, so I'm going to erase it. The icon to the right of the pen is the eraser icon, so I can use that and go back and erase my text. There, that's better. And then I can touch the eraser to turn that off. The eraser also has a drop-down menu which allows you to use precision, stroke, or standard. In this case, I'm going to use the standard eraser, and that's what I have set up. All right. The icon to the right of the eraser is the highlighter, and I think this is probably one of the very best things about GoodNotes. So I can go to the highlighter, and I can highlight text in the document. Now in this case, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. It's easier to see. And I'm going to go through, I'm reading through this, and in yellow, I'm going to highlight every place where Cindy has quoted a book, because I'm going to want to come back and read that. And so I think that's the only one. And then I'm going to go into green, and I'm going to highlight all of the references to Scripture, because I want to go back and read that later. But right now I'm getting through her first section, and I don't see any other text that is relating to the Bible verses. And then in light blue, I'm going to go and I'm going to highlight the meditation, because I'm going to be referring back to that frequently when I start doing my logging in my journal. All right. Now when I open the our box up here with thumbnails, you can see that I can see the highlighted text in a page that I've already read. And I think this is important because we're always referring back to the text, and the text is very important when we get to the point when we're writing either our meditation or prayer or whatever we're doing in the actual journal session. All right. I'm going to move now to page 9 in Cindy's book, and I'm going to use my thumbnails again. And page 9 is where I'm going to start journaling. So the first thing I'm going to do is go back to my text in section 1, and see, I can flip back and forth. It's not where I have to sit there and go through everything. And I'm going to reread the meditation. As I begin a new year, what practices will help me establish or reestablish a connection with my Creator? How will these habits change my life for the better? Am I willing to take a chance on getting to know God better? Okay, so that's what I'm concentrating on. So now I'm going to go back to page 9. And I'm going to use my pen because I can write in here, and I'm going to write something that I need to work on. I need to work on fears, control over me. Now, if you're a note taker and you like to write with a pen, this is a great way to do it. But if you're not and you want to see what typed text would look like, I am going to show you the capabilities of text. So I'm going to click on the text box, and I'm going to click down here in the document, and I'm going to make a text box. I'm sure most of you are familiar with text boxes because they're used a lot in products like Microsoft Word. Now I'm going to type into this box the number one thing I'm going to work on this week. I need to work on fears, control over me. Now, when I set this up, I set up a white box behind the text box because I just think it's easier to read this type of text when it has a white background, but that's up to you. And I can also set my text color to various colors if I want to. I can set my font here, and I can set the size of the font. So it's very, 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 very easy to customize this. Now, some of us, like me, aren't really thrilled about having to type things. Especially, I'm using my Apple Pencil on my iPad, and I find that difficult. So I'm going to show you the third method of putting text into a document. We're going to click on this again. We're going to set a little text box right here. And I'm going to use the microphone on my keyboard by pressing it. Now, how about that? I love that. You can go back and tweak it. You can correct it or add punctuation, commas. I think I'm going to say that for me, dictation is a miracle because I am not someone who likes to type on a keyboard on an iPad. But that's just me. We're all different, and that's one thing. You can really format this, excuse me, to your personal needs. Now, if you're wondering about how much text you can dictate, I'll show you a small example. I'm going to put one right here. Stretch this out. And here we go. Good to turn it off, by the way. So you can talk fairly quickly and the computer will keep up with you. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say, I'm not going to keep my script that I wrote with a pen. And I'm going to take this box out just because I don't want it. So I'm going to delete it. When I touch it, a pop-up menu comes up and you press delete. And now we're going to move this box up and move this box up. Excuse me. All right. I like pictures and I like little sayings and Some people call them stickers. So I'm going to go to the picture icon above the text, and I have one in here that I like to use. And this is written by Abraham Herschel. And about how our goal should be to live life in radical amazement, and getting up in the morning and every single day being grateful, taking nothing for granted. That to me is what I really want to work on this year. All right, now one more thing. Let's say I want to write more. I can add a page, a line page after this page, and I do that by going above the line that says Freeman After Rain, which is the name of my file, and touching the icon that has the little plus in it. And what I want to do is I want to add a page after the page I'm on. So I'm going to click on that, and there's a new page for me to use to write on. I selected rule wide by touching the rule wide icon, and now I have a new blank page and can write more. Anyway, that's the end of my video. I hope that you found it helpful and that you will enjoy Cindy's beautiful book. To close this document, we're going to click up here on this thumbnail, the greater than sign, and I'm sorry, the less than sign, and your document has been saved and is ready for you to use the next time you're ready. Thanks again for listening to this video. If you found it helpful or there's something I didn't answer, you can contact me at j.johansson@hightide publications.com. Have a great day.